smile in the midst of a storm. On next week's episode, our final episode of season 1, I'm going to talk about faith in the midst of a fire. But on this one, I'm talking about smile in the midst of a storm. Y'all know my motto, smile and keep the faith. So for the final 2 episodes of this season, that's what it's going to be. But on yesterday, my dad's sermon title was Jesus the Storm Stopper. He came from the book of Mark, chapter 4, verses 37 through 41. I'm going to read it and I'm going to give you a little breakdown of it. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship. We're talking about Jesus. Jesus was in the bottom part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awoke him. The disciples came and awoke him. And they said unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And Jesus arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea these 3 words, Peace, be still. And sure enough, the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, the disciples, Why are you so fearful? How is it that you have no faith? And they feared exceedingly and said unto one another, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? Jesus, right? Jesus, the man who perfectly human and divine. Jesus, the man who can perform many miracles. Jesus asked them, Why do you lack faith? How can you lack faith? Why are you so fearful, and how can you lack faith? The disciples, we learned in Matthew, in the book of Matthew, the book before Mark, that some of the disciples were fishermen. So they had experience in navigating a boat. Follow me. They had experience in navigating a boat in the ship. A storm arose. The Bible says that a storm arose, and Jesus, who was asleep at the bottom of the ship, they came and woke up Jesus. They panicked and asked Jesus, Carest thou not we perish? Do you care? Do you care? Can you come and help us? Jesus came to the top of the boat and said these 3 words, Peace, be still. Right? How can we lack faith after all that Jesus has done? After all the miracles that he has performed, whether it was healing a man with a withered hand, whether it was strengthening a man who was paralyzed, whether it was mixing his spit with mud and wiping it on a man's eyes so that he can see again. All the miracles that Jesus has performed, whether it was feeding thousands of people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, Jesus, the man who's performed many, many miracles. How can you lack faith? If you didn't know, now you got to know that when things get dark, that's when God's light shines the brightest. We all face storms in our life, whether it's a storm like Katrina, Ike, or Harvey, or if it's even a storm in our family or finances. We all go through storms. But the $1 million question is, can you smile in the midst of a storm? Can you smile in the midst of a storm? Smiling in the midst of the storm don't necessarily mean that you are happy. Smiling in the midst of a storm means that you are strong. It ain't gonna rain forever on you in life. It ain't gonna storm forever in your life. But you gotta know that once the storm is over, you may not know how you made it through the storm, and you may not know how you managed to survive the storm. But one thing is certain is that when you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in the storm. Marvin Sapp, the songwriter and singer, said that I never would have made it. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you, God, were there for me. So now I'm stronger, I'm wiser, and I'm better, right? But although it may be dark for you right now and the clouds are hovering over you, although you can't see the sunlight, the S-U-N light, God's sun, S-O-N light will always shine on you. Because he is the way, the truth, and the light. He is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Sooner or later, it's going to turn around for you. Sooner or later, the clouds are going to move and the sun is going to shine again. Right? You didn't drown in the storm because you didn't get down in the storm. You smiled in the midst of the storm and knowing that God is going to make it all right. You didn't drown in the storm because you didn't get down in the storm. You smiled in the midst of the storm knowing that God was going to make it all right. Sooner or later, those clouds are going to move, y'all. Sooner or later, the sun is going to shine again. The S-O-N. Not necessarily the S-U-N, but the sun is going to shine. So whether you got all 32 teeth or only got 4, smile in the midst of your storm. Life is worth living. It's too short to be frowning upon everything. One of my favorite quotes is, use your smile to change the world. Don't let the world change your smile, alright? Don't let the world change your smile. Smile is the light of your personality. Your smile is the light of your character. Your smile is the light of your faith. This is Cameron Davis here on the Cam Davis Podcast. I'm with my big dog, David Michael Castillo. Man, much love, many blessings. Y'all keep on keeping on. And of course, smile in the good times and the bad. Smile and keep the faith. I'll see y'all next week.